2.8-star hotel.
It's been better than that, though.
2.3-star hotel.
The dude at the front desk gives it at least 0.5 on his own. He's been cool.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
I'd give him that. He's been good to us.
Except he didn't let me use the gym.
Well, that's because there's 9,000 children here for some, what do you call it, like baseball tournament or something.
Yeah.
And they literally got the cops called on them last night because they were in the fitness room acting crazy.
We had just gotten here, and I totally was thinking that they called them on us.
Well, why would they have called them on us?
See, that's
Brother
the question.
Twitch?
That's the question. We weren't carrying things in.
Well, what were we doing when this law enforcement officer arrived?
Doing this.
Where were we doing this?
Outside the front door. Because there's nowhere else to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, grilling burgers.
And smoking things.
Yeah. So, where's the pen? The pen is right here.
He's got it.
Pen is right here. What's up, everybody? You got one? You got a pen?
Oh, heck yeah, I got a pen. Shoot, if you don't have pens as a cop,
Cop stuff, right?
Cop stuff, cop life.
What's up, Dalton? Shalom. Jonathan James, RS, what's going on? Judy, not I, but the Spice Girls. I love that name. Sister Vicky, shalom. Hunter Kirk, what's up, Hunter Kirk? Burgermeister, the pen is mightier than the sword until you're in a sword fight.
That is this is plastic. I promise the sword is much heavier.
Arkansas 11, what's up, bro? Okie Storm Chaser, shalom, brother. Tracy Welch, the pen is mightier than the sword. Twice we got this. Tamara, what's up, Loomf? Stalwart Peacekeeper. Do you know Stalwart Peacekeeper?
I think we know.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust that guy.
You know, the funny thing about that pen comment,
Kevin Frazier, what's up, brother? I hope everything's right in your world, brother. Pen comment.
Yeah, the pen comment. Yeah, so warrants are issued with pens, but the people carrying the swords have still got to go out and pick them up.
That's a very good observation.
That piece of paper doesn't do anything on its own.
Blue Hammer's coming in hot. The tourniquet challenges had been mastered. What's up, Iron Man? Shalom, brother. Terry Lynn, Chris Haynes, Lumph. Dang, the chat is fast tonight. Yeah, there's already 172 people on here.
Yep.
We are also like right by a highway, so if you hear sirens, Jake brakes, or air brakes.
Yep. A motorcycle with really loud speakers. We've had all of that.
Easily, just on loop. And so we're staying at this this hotel. We're waiting for the rest of the training cadre to get here tomorrow morning. We've got it. Does he have a sidecar on its side?
No, that's a motorcycle.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Okay. Cool. So we're waiting for the rest of the training cadre to get here, and then tomorrow morning it's go time. We've got a 9 a.m. class and a 2 p.m. class, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
We're gonna teach a bunch of people how to not die.
Should be a really good day.
Yep, I agree.
Pretty full classes. At least one of my patrons from Patreon is going to be there.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's cool. The Revolting Man is rumored to be there as well.
Rumored.
I'm not trying to blow his cover. I'm just saying.
If you see a big old beard.
I'm just.
Won't be the only big old beard, but because Brother Richard, man, he's got a big old beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, we tend to congregate around. Yours is it's getting there.
Well, so I keep killing mine. You know,
Right.
I keep chopping its head off, decapitating the hair. And up here, we just did this like a day ago.
Yeah, I just got squared away.
Who's this guy? I love it.
John Russell. Who's this guy? That's Twitch. Shield Bearer of Faith.
Yep.
One of our instructors.
Yep.
What's up, Parakeet Assault? Sergeant Sagi, bless you and yours, Bear. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I used to follow that guy. What do you mean used to? What happened, Parakeet Assault?
It's all right. I don't take it personal.
I take it personal. I'm offended on his behalf.
Well, to be fair, I stopped doing YouTube stuff a while back, and I've briefly been getting kind of back into some of that. When I was still a cop, that was more hazard than it was worth all of the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give you that. But now, you're surrounded by people who like hang out on YouTube all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the deal. Well, the cool thing is too that I had
you,
to
James.
worry about what my supervisor would say, and I had them confront me a couple times about various videos, not because there was anything illegal or immoral, but because they wanted to talk to me about them.
Thank
They
you,
didn't like
Sean.
it. And as a result, now my supervisor doesn't seem to give a darn.
Can you hear this?
We're jamming, man.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry, I'm way too white for this background music. Anyway, now your supervisor's like, make more content, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a 180 there. Yeah.
Yeah. Total 180. It's like now my supervisor makes videos. What? Yeah. It's a really good lighting out here. Look at this.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah,
It
these
is.
xenon light bulbs are 9,000 lumens each.
Weather's fantastic right now.
Oh, it was not earlier though.
It was good enough to run in.
For one of us, it was good enough to run.
I found out in my run that there is a XXX store directly behind us.
Nice. Now that the sun's down, business is back on.
Oh boy.
Negative.
Negative.
What's up, Savvy? Shalom, brother. Cooper Orman. What's up, man?
Arkansas living.
Shalom, brother. Thank you. Miss Hunter Seeker. Shalom, sister. Thank you for what you all do. Be safe out there. We will. Hunter Seeker. Shalom, brother. The unsung hero of the first aid kits, Hunter Seeker.
Wealth of knowledge about what's in them
I'm
kits.
telling you what, if you've ever gotten a kit from us, there's a 90+% chance that Hunter Seeker is the one that packed it. He's the man.
Yep.
Good times. Good times. You guys crack me up. Just Mark 4. Roger. Patriot Cowgirl. That's a good name.
Nice stogie. What you smoking there, bro? Tell them about it.
This one? This is a Drew Estates Tabac Especial Red Eye right
They're
there.
fantastic.
This has become my go-to cigar.
Yep.
It's become my go-to. I'm just too white and nerdy.
So I don't know almost squat about cigars, and this thing's so stupid good that I have wasted every other cigar I've ever bought. Yeah, it's ridiculously good.
They're too good, man.
Yeah,
They're not cheap,
yeah.
but
no.
they're too good. It's almost like, would you rather smoke 2 or 3 cigars or one good one? And these are very good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. You've never had one, you need one.
Chris, have you ever thought about getting a home freeze dryer from Harvest Right? What a lovely question.
Have you? Have you ever freeze dried Skittles? That's what I'd like to know. They're amazing.
I have. I've thought about getting one, and then my wife ended up getting one. And so, yeah, my wife dropped $4,000 of her own money that she saved up on a freeze dryer.
It was so big that when I walked by it the first time, I thought it was a dryer.
Yeah. Yeah, it thing's freaking huge, man. But here's the thing. She keeps like, well, we're going to freeze dry this broccoli for the end of the world. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then on Tuesday, I'm like, what's in this? She's like, freeze-dried broccoli. So you took the fresh broccoli, you cut it up to pieces and put it in the freeze dryer. Cost me $30 to freeze dry it, and then you open it up and put it into the whatever the hell we're eating tonight for dinner. Okay. So, but she's learning, she's playing with it, she loves it. She's a big fan of it, so.
And as far as providing legitimate med kits, man, that is what they do. They've got some really good product line, guys. Yep.
Yeah, well, you can say they because you're on the training side, so.
Yeah, but I'm not peddling this stuff. I mean, it's good quality stuff, but they don't pay me to do that.
Yeah?
They pay me for other things.
Warfighter Tobacco, I am familiar with Warfighter. What's up, Nebraska Prepper? James Cipriano, it's looking like northeastern Utah area for me and the family. Peace, New York, we cannot leave fast enough. Awesome, man.
Amen.
Awesome.
Virginia's becoming like a mini New York.
Yep. We should just go set up at the pilot. Like right at the pilot truck stop right there. Like right in the middle of the parking lot. We can take Shane's Volvo over to the pilot. We're gonna go. We met a new friend. He's off camera over here. He's trying not to laugh at us. He didn't know that we're like, for some reason, pseudo famous on the internet, but you know.
Maybe you are.
What's for dinner tonight, y'all? Well, now that the sun is down, Foe and Phelps took my truck to go to. Do you know it's impossible to get a pizza delivered around here? Did you know that?
Did you know how we know? Because we tried.
Multiple times.
You offered $100 to a delivery driver.
And they said no.
Or his manager said no.
Yeah.
And then hung up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And multiple people, 5 different people. Well, you haven't tried. 4 different people have tried to order pizza from 3 different locations.
Yep.
Won't do it.
Yep.
Because we're a mile outside of their delivery range.
And that mile is like 6 total miles.
Yeah.
From their spot.
Yeah. That's a sign you're not in a great neighborhood. You know what else is? Reloads. Also a sign you're not in a great neighborhood. But it's okay.
Have we mentioned you need a tourniquet? There's kids for that.
John Hurley, what's up? Holy crap, effing bear and shield bear together. Christmas early, boys. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
You should tune in more, bro. Like
We've been doing this a lot.
This is not an uncommon thing nowadays.
Yeah, I go to his porch a lot. We do some live stream, or you'll like tag me in for various takes. It's like a bad version of a sportscasting.
Hey, Don, we tried the app called Slice, and there is one place around here that said that they could deliver maybe in an hour and a half at the earliest. And we're like,
Yeah,
thanks, bro.
that's the same as not delivering.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the one place, the Pizza Hut we called, apparently they don't understand English Moswello. And so, well, although the dude that I talked to
Yep.
sounded like he was sub-Saharan African, honestly. And I gave him the address, and he's like, okay, got it, no problem. It'll be there in 20 to 30 minutes. I'm like, sounds great.
Good enough.
And then Shane, our new friend, comes walking over. He goes, you know, you can't get pizza delivered here? Tried calling the Pizza Hut. I'm like, no way, we got an order in with them. So I call him back, spent 7 or 8 minutes on the phone with the manager, who then hung up on me. And she said, your order will be available for pickup. I was like, okay, good luck with that later. So we're not going to that Pizza Hut either. You know,
Yep.
and it's not like we're unfed, by the way. None of us are wasting away over here.
I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
No,
hey,
not
honey.
about you. I've been eating good while we've been here. We
Well-
had steaks and burgers.
We
My wife's bread.
oh, you okay? So hold on, my wife first.
Man.
Honey, we sent Foe and Phelps to go get pizza, so all is well. But Texas Tea, shalom, brother.
Shalom, buddy.
But so your wife's bread, which was made from scratch from wheat out of a wheat grinder.
Yep.
We literally made grilled cheese earlier on the little grill.
On a literal charcoal grill.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Yeah, it was really good.
We also ran out of buns for the burgers, so we ended up having her bread also for the buns, and I didn't grill mine, and it was still phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My wife is amazing at cooking.
No, Sarah, there's no Uber Eats or DoorDash where we are.
We checked.
Renee would be very upset with us right now for booking a hotel where there's no DoorDash. We will get a stern talking to when we get home, I'm sure. I don't know about food joints sometimes trying to give you money. It's not difficult business. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally said to the girl, she goes, yeah, I said, listen, will you deliver it if I tip you $100? Because at this point, I'm like, F it, let's just get pizza for our people. And she goes, sir, I'm sorry I can't do that. I said, yay, capitalism. And then she hung up on me. So
She said, yeah. You freaking communist.
yeah, she's probably, for all I know, half of her head is shaved. The other half is like long purple and stretch out and Liberty spikes.
Now, it's going to be really funny because I'm speculating because they apparently called our hotel here because we had to give them a room number. Right? So I'm speculating that that's going to be a backdoor way for them to still try to charge you for the pizzas that they're still going to make and cause you to have to try to buy.
Yeah.
Because when we called them back and we were trying to up the order a little bit after the first guy approved it, they were like, no, sir, we can't deliver there. He's like, well, what about the order that I already made? They're like, well, we changed it to a pickup. It's like, we didn't change it to a pickup. You made that executive decision without us. So, no, we're not paying for that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because somebody said you're on the East Coast, and I keep forgetting we are.
Yep.
We're in Georgia.
Feels vaguely familiar to me.
It's yeah. I'm like, I have not adapted to this.
Yep.
Yeah, clearly I've not adapted to this. You can't just bear your way through stuff here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's different.
Funny enough, when we
The
had
purple
to stop,
hairs don't like it. They're like, sorry, sir, no, not happening.
when we had to stop at Walmart before Shabbat. There were a lot of masks there. Nobody called us out for it, but it was a drastic difference in just a couple states.
Yep. Oh, and Foe, you said Foe almost got you thrown out a couple of times. Well, at least they sent you to pick up. Well, we're actually not getting pizza. We're not picking up pizza from that Pizza Hut because they can kiss my ass after all that. Act as if you're in Denton and Austin. Now I understand that. Yeah, and Atlanta is all lefties and Tifas. Roger that. We don't consider that Georgia. Okay, understood.
It's like
My
Northern
bad.
Virginia. Just annex that crap. Get it over with.
Yep. Or downstate New York or Southern California or all that. Or Austin. Lovely place to visit. Not so great for running an entire state. Howdy Atlanta-ish. Tango Liberty, what's going on? Can you talk about the get home gear you brought with you?
Oh. You were out front, guys.
In coded ways.
Yeah.
I'll just say, so whenever I go out of town, I always proceed as if I had to walk home from here, what would I want to have with me? And long and short, it's a man-portable system, right? Ideally, the truck runs from here all the way home because a 13-hour drive is much better than a 60-day walk, right? For sure.
Nope.
But all systems devolve into a man-portable system. So, and Nebraska Prepper's pretty close. A rucksack, something similar to what Alaska Prepper said.
Advertising.
The ability to present force at range is good. But it's the basic stuff, man. It's the 10 C's of survival, right? Basic 5, cutting tool, combustion, cordage container, cover, right? Cover all of that. Then you're looking at commo, casualty care, compass, which is your navigation, calories, and combat. So yeah, we have all of those things with us. And if we had to walk home from here, I'd give us a better than 50-50 chance of making it. I don't want to walk home from here. I would much rather drive home from here than walk home from here.
Walk.
Scotch, a lighter, and peanuts. Yes, James Cipriano nailed it on the head. That's exactly right. It identifies as a fishing pole. That's correct. That's correct.
And at least one object that will add additional ventilation to your body.
Yeah, if needed. Right. That walk would suck. C103, what's up, C103? Bear Nation Viking Homesteaders meeting next Saturday, 10 a.m. Fort Mountain for you locals. Good job, C103. Prepper, Network Prepper, what's going on?
Hello.
What other questions y'all got?
So maybe my daughter's tank. A little bitty thing.
As long as your gear doesn't weigh 110 extra pounds, just saying. Yeah, there's that too. There's that too. No, I think we're all relatively light for this trip. Me and my husband are both watching the live stream at opposite sides of the house. Well, Franklin Farmstead. Come together
Make it a family activity.
as one right now over me. When are you coming to Indy? The 25th of this month.
Yep. I'll be
Be there the 25th. You'll be there? Oh, we'll have to do this again sometime.
Pretty sure I'll be there.
High probability you pass within a mile of my house on your way to Georgia.
Probably.
You would know that better than I would. Are you going to do a threat matrix on YouTube soon, Bear? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Typically, we do the threat matrices on Monday mornings, but
Tourniquet location for butt shot. Negative.
you don't use a
Negative.
tourniquet on the butt. No, that's wound packing.
It's a muscly area. Pack that.
Yeah, tourniquets are for extremities, your junctional areas, which is your neck, your shoulders, and your pelvic girdle, your groin, your ass cheeks, all of that. That's going to be wound packing and a pressure bandage.
Which is a whole big reason why to have packing materials.
Yep. Yep. I got me a Macanudo and some PB whiskey. Good for you, Garrett. I dig it. I dig it. So what are you guys drinking tonight? Just had half a bottle of red wine. Who had a half a bottle of red wine? American Patriot.
I am drinking that. And it's fabulous.
So hold on. K. Corb Lewis has a great question. Do I need a bug out helicopter? I think the answer is yes. I really think you do. Mrs. K. Corb Lewis, if you're listening right now, he definitely needs, not wants, he needs a bug out helicopter.
It's right in line with food and water.
And remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Yep. So at least 2 of them for sure. Like a bigger one and a little one, like an everyday carry helicopter, and then like a serious helicopter for when shit is really hit the fan.
Wait till I use this rationale for buying an armed vehicle. You just wait. We're going to have multiples. Have a little convoy of my daughter's little plastic tank rolling down the street. We already got Dixon on the mark for that.
Next mission trip, end of May. Oh, sister, I will tell you probably in person. I think I'll see you before then. Let's see, we're in April, end of May, hopefully. I'll put it to you that way. We have a group with Grindstone that we're looking to partner with for construction activities. And then it is 100% our goal to find a piece of land for Caleb House, to purchase that land and have our spring deployment right now be the clearing of that land for Caleb House. Yeah. So like literally come help us, like turn a wooded piece of land into a place to build Caleb House. That's what I'm very much so pushing for the spring deployment. And then that gives the organization that we met with recently the opportunity to fundraise for their construction needs, and that would be probably a late summer deployment there as well. And so when we get done here, in between here and Indy, when we get back to our AO, we are taking time specifically to dedicate to 100% executing on finding a piece of land for Caleb House so we can make that go. And then I would love your opinion, y'all in the chat. Part of what I'm thinking for fundraising for Caleb House is, you tell me if you think it's a good idea or if it's stupid, but would you like to buy so that with all of it going towards supporting Caleb House, a mason jar full of dirt from Caleb House, like a pint, a quart, or a 1 gallon? Obviously they'd be different prices, but you could buy a piece of the land that Caleb House sits on, come with a nice little certificate, all that fit for framing, and you would be a literal shareholder in Caleb House. What do you think of that?
And again, obviously it's a fundraiser, guys, you know.
Yep. I love it, absolutely.
Somebody did ask too, when are we going to do one training up in Oregon? They were asking.
We're working on that.
Yep.
I just sent cash, roger that. I'd buy to support, great idea, cool idea. That would be awesome, freaking awesome. I'd probably buy a pint, love that idea, definitely do it, absolutely. What's your thoughts on the Ukraine situation? That's a great question.
Oh boy.
I'm not over here eating all of my fingernails over the Ukraine situation, but I may have reached my hand toward my mouth a couple of times to bite a fingernail over the Ukraine situation. So NATO is now performing, for those very brief 30,000 foot overview, NATO is now performing joint ops with the Ukrainian military in the Donbas region, which is where Russian is also amassing forces, pulling forces from the Baltic Sea area, up into the Donbas region to align themselves. Now, Russia has said that they will put 100,000 troops across that imaginary line on a map from the Ukrainian army and NATO, which is performing joint military training. That's not, see, here's what happened. At least recently in the micro, Russia and Ukraine were kind of butting heads, a little escalation, a little show of force. And so Ukraine was like, watch this, we'll get NATO in here. NATO's like, you got it, sounds good. And then Russia's like, check this, how's 100,000 troops sound? And so the escalation keeps happening. I think it's possible, everything's possible. I'd say it's probable, better than a 50-50 chance that there is an actual exchange that takes place in the near future. I'd say anywhere in between the next hour and the next 10 days.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
My thought is it's a matter of time. Whether it's this year or 20 years from now, eventually there will be conflict in a large scale again. Because that's how the world goes. That's history at its finest. It doesn't matter if you look at 3,000 years ago up till 10 years ago. whatever. There will be more conflict somewhere. The question is then where and how big. And to me, we've gotten off pretty easy, and I'm not belittling by any means the sacrifice of our soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq, but if you compare that to World War II, it's not the same.
Yep, agreed.
So not belittling, sacrifice is sacrifice. When you got guys coming home as quadriplegics, that's no joke, okay? But at the same time, when you compare the loss of life overall, and not just American lives either, we've been having it easy for a while. And to me, there will be eventually a World War III, what will eventually be defined as World War III. And then, the question is, will we look back however long from now and say, well, this was the start of it? I don't know.
Yep.
But eventually, that's how that will go. Before the term World War existed, there were essentially many versions of that. Napoleon is an example,
Yep.
where they essentially had a world war going on in the Napoleonic age. They just didn't call it that, the Napoleonic Wars, but it still joined all of Europe, essentially, in some level. So there will be another one. To me, Ukraine could be a tinderbox or not. I don't know. I'm going to continue doing what we're doing, and I have zero control over what goes on in Ukraine. So we'll keep doing what we're doing.
And Russia, Vladimir Putin had stated a couple of years ago, we're already in World War III. The U.S. just doesn't know it yet.
And I kind of agree with that. I do kind of agree with that.
So, and now that we have the weak leadership that we have on the presidential level,
Yep.
we are not nearly as powerful on the world stage as we were. Excuse me, there's a, what is that, a Pete 379?
A noisy truck.
There's a big old noisy
Holy
truck
crap.
coming through. He does not care one bit about the internet.
Another thing. Good God. It's like a point of contention. So for me, another point is with our fabulous leadership that we have right now in the Blanco house. The fabulous leadership that we have. When I was listening to the pieces of that Second Amendment restriction push that he was talking about,
Yeah.
it's not even scary. It's just sad, man.
Yep.
I mean, it is. It's sad in a couple facets. One, it's sad that we've gotten to that point where this is even a conversation in the country as a national issue. And that's been a while now. That's been going on. And then it's also sad this dude knows nothing about anything to do with firearms.
Yep.
And he's trying his best to posture as if he does because he's expected to, right? He's expected to know. And I thought the same thing about Trump when he was in. He should have had a better foundation on recognizing when he didn't know anything and just recognize that and just shut up about it, right?
Yep.
Whereas with our current one, he's trying to push this gun control stuff that will change literally nothing. Literally nothing. It will not stop a single mass shooter.
Well, and their executive actions,
Yeah.
which is essentially suggestions from the president. That's all they are. They're suggestions. Somebody made the comment earlier, and it's a very good point. Thank you for bringing it up. They said essentially, like Bear said, Ukraine is the breadbasket of that region of the world.
Yes, it is.
And that's why you see that conflict going. Not only that, they also control water. So food and water, because war at its most basic level is a game of resources.
Yep.
And as resources start to tighten up, which they have been, which they will continue to, and especially as we continue to see the devaluation of the US dollar, which we're seeing now, something has to take the place of that. So people will war, they will war over resources. Just like you see billionaires in the United States buying up farmland, it's not because they got artsy all of a sudden or they really, really, really want to get into agriculture. It's because land has inherent value and farmland produces resources. It's an excellent investment. Alex Giles is back on the road. Copy that.
I bet y'all are about done with that.
They're not that far out. They've got another less than an hour.
Look forward to seeing y'all.
Yeah. Likewise. I mean, yeah, you're cool. You know, whatever. Yeah. So.
But yeah, the whole Ukrainian massacre, essentially, the starvation of their own people that happened when the USSR was still going on. You know, we think that World War II was bad for the Jewish people as far as the Holocaust goes, and it was, no doubt. 6 million plus Jews essentially exterminated. I mean, there was like 10+ million Ukrainians that were starved to death.
Starved to death.
When they're the breadbasket of that region. It's almost like communism, socialism is a bad idea.
So democide, which is the term that is given to the government killing unarmed non-combatants under communism. This is probably going to get our live stream pulled. This has happened before.
That's all
Under
right.
communism, 75 to 100 million people in the last 100 years have been killed via democide. 75 to 100 million. And then at least another 40 million that they know of were actively starved out, were actively killed via denying access to resources. And
Because
so,
they might not put the bullet in your head.
Yep.
But if they prevent you from getting life resources,
Yep.
they might as well put the bullet in your head. They
Yep.
just draw it out a lot.
Yep. Well, and in a lot of cases, again, getting back to resources, look at World War II, Nazi Germany. Literally, bullets were costing them so much money to kill people that they would lock people up and let them starve, or they'd put them in gas chambers. They were
Yeah.
looking for more efficient ways to kill people.
And that's a good point, because you have to ask yourself, why bother with the gas chamber, right? Bullets kill people too. Why bother with that extermination method? It had to be a more effective method
Yep.
in some capacity, whether it's more economical or more effective for large groups or both.
A lot of
makes
them are.
sense.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, the Ukraine, there will be action in Ukraine because they hold a bunch of resources.
Shoot, there's been action.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yep.
it hadn't stopped.
Yep. Brother Dalton, they're doing with the puppets, brother. Who said this right here? I heard y'all mention to Stop the Bleed in Central Texas on a recent stream. If y'all have details when and where. I don't have details yet. We're working that out with Sam Culper of Forward Observer. I believe it would be April 30th, which is a Friday morning. And I know most people are like, Friday morning? Now, I'm not going on a Friday morning, but here's the deal. To sweeten the pot, your first 4 hours of the day is spent learning Stop the Bleed. And then at no additional cost to you, the next 4 hours of the afternoon, Sam from Forward Observer is going to do a 4-hour block of instruction on how to do an area study.
I promise you, I would sit through that.
Yeah, I'm going to, well,
Yeah.
by the way, you're going. I'm going too, so we're going to sit through
Yeah,
that.
I will
So,
totally voluntarily
yeah.
sit through that.
I just kind of voluntold you. I didn't
Not
know
a
if you were
problem.
going or not, but
Not
yeah.
a problem.
Stalin ran into the same cost per murder issue with Russian purges. That's true and nuts. Exactly. And so it's cheaper to just deny people access to resources and let them starve.
China's done
So
it. I mean,
why do and if you really want to get huge, big picture macro here, why do you think people like Monsanto are patenting seeds? They want to own the genome for food. Because if you don't have access to their seeds, you don't eat. It's very big picture gross out there right now.
Yeah.
Which is why we try and make it small picture, micro, as beautiful as possible. A Bic lighter is worth more than a 1K generator without fuel. I would agree.
Yep.
I'm off on Fridays, Cooper Orman. All right, we'll see you in Dallas on the 30th. Sounds
The thing
good.
about water, guys, that is so true. You cannot go without water. And, you know, people that have been in combat or people that have done similar things to what I've done in law enforcement, you see the worst of people, right? Combat's totally different than what I've done, and I'll admit that. But you see the worst of people. It is amazing what people will do to each other over absolute garbage, much less things that you have to have like water. So when they turned off
Shalom,
the water
Chad.
supply to Ukraine, or excuse me, to Crimea, that's a
Yep.
big deal. That is, there's no doubt in my mind that if I was Russia, that I would view that as an act of war.
Yep.
Even though you've kind of already declared one by going and taking Crimea at all. But I would totally view it that way, because that is a ticking clock from the moment that starts as to when you can no longer sustain time there.
Yep. In the Crusades, it was all just battling over water.
Yep. Had
go.
to go from one water stop to another, just like a fuel depot now, you know?
Mark Chase, have you set the Washington State TCCC dates yet? We have not. That is in the works, but Mark, I would very much so like to coordinate with you and your people for when we do that. So, Crimea River. Not Satch, come on, man.
Oh, that was a good one.
Good site for heirloom seeds. Man, Baker Seed Company, if they have any in stock. Rareseeds.com, I think, is their website. And then Joey at Burning Hearth Homestead, if you can get them. I don't know many others.
I don't know where we got them the last time. We had a cool local shop back in Virginia before we moved that last season. After the initial mass wave hype of buying seeds, we actually went, because we had some up to that point anyway, but we went and got some more, and they were specifically harvested locally.
Yep.
So they were proven on that ground is how we took it, and that was pretty cool.
Many people are also asking about the Florida dates. That's being set up right now as well. PNW Viking is the real asset in organizing these kinds of events. He's golden. We'll copy that. Please, Mark Chase, tell PNW Viking to email us at sales@refugetraining, and we will personally get in touch with him and make it happen. Let's see here. I've been stacking Mountain House, nutrient sprout, protein powder, milk, American Patriot. Good idea. Where again in Florida? It's going to be the, I think it's Tallahassee now. It was going to be Pensacola, but I think it's Tallahassee now. So.
Go back up for 1 second. Somebody was asking something about Virginia, I thought.
Yeah, where were you in Virginia?
Oh, I can't tell you.
That's
Sorry.
why I scrolled right past it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, guys.
OPSEC.
Yeah. And I won't tell you what department I worked for because that's.
Yep. They don't need to know.
I was very blessed to be there when I was. I'm not going to give out that.
Arizona. Plenty of Patriots in Arizona. Do you ever consider doing Eat Sock Davis? If you have people in Arizona, we'll come see you.
That's kind of a general trend. So if anybody's
Copy
wondering,
that, Tommy.
contact them. And if you're wanting to set something up, they can work on that. They got people for that.
Yep, we do. Sales at Refuge Training.
Yep.
See you guys on the 25th. Sounds good.
Rock
Me
on.
and Sergeant Blackstock. See you tomorrow. Jay Higginbotham. Sounds good. Nice to see the one-legged prepper's here. That's awesome. What's up, one-legged prepper? Just received our hyssop seeds yesterday for next year's Passover. Love it. In my opinion, if Russia goes for Ukraine, then China will go for Taiwan. I
does seem
agree.
possible.
I agree. Hey, what's up, Jay Johns? 502 people on this live stream. Holy cow.
It's like they want to see you, man.
I don't know.
They missed your beard.
Shane's
I'm
like,
telling you.
what the hell is going on over here? I had no idea. I'm just trying to order a pizza, and this guy whips out an iPhone and a tripod. Was like, hold on while I talk to my imaginary friends on the internet. Yeah. So I think Taiwan is legitimately the South China Sea. The United States cannot project. We can project force everywhere. I don't think we can fight a war or be involved in a war with Russia and China at the same time. I think it's one or the other.
You're talking about very large, capable powers.
For sure.
They should not be underestimated.
Well, and think about this. The United States dollar, right? Reserve currency of the world, basically. Standard for dealing with oil, which there's a big move from, at least espoused a big move away from right now anyway. We know the dollar's weakening. We owe people trillions of dollars that we can't pay. We're likely to go bankrupt. When we go bankrupt, we're probably going to negotiate some of that debt. And I think a big part of that is we will stay the F out of your business if you forgive $35 billion worth of debt or whatever it is. And so when that happens, and that's probably best case scenario. Worst case scenario is our dollar crashes, it's worthless, and then these countries that we own all this money to then take direct action against us, right? And so either way, we have weak leadership and we're overextended around the world. We cannot defend, let alone be offensive around the globe against China and Russia. And so that essentially takes us out of the top position in the globe and moves us over here, which allows Russia and China to maneuver. So,
well, and it is interesting the timing where you've got Russia and China doing aggressive actions at the exact same time. I don't think that's coincidental. Whether they'll commit to anything kinetic or not is, remaining to be seen. We're all waiting for that, but it does make you wonder. You had this dude a minute ago.
Michael Sorensen, what to bring to Stop the Bleed class tomorrow? Your trainer kid will be there. Bring a pen, but there should be pens available for you. Yeah, that's it, man.
A good attitude.
There you go.
It's kind of a stupid comment, but no kid, man. We have had some really cool people in class.
And be well caffeinated. That as well.
That's required of us.
Yeah.
We've already planned out where we're getting
This morning was a struggle, bro. This hotel and coffee, where we failed to plan appropriately for caffeination.
You would not believe the cutest little tea bag of coffee that we had to deal with. Oh, God.
That's no lie. We had to sweet talk the cleaning lady into giving us more coffee because it was not.
I was on my way to tactically acquire coffee until I saw the cleaning lady.
Jay Johns, bless you, brother. Can't wait to see you at Sakote.
Yeah, man.
5-pound can, that's cute. I'm bringing a 50-pound sack of beans the next time we do one of these things because.
Oh, don't do that. We'll forget a grinder. That's how our lives go.
Well, but then storms will just pop out of one of the bins.
That person might need help. I can't give the police anything. Didn't catch the tag number or anything.
Where the hell is the hotel? Might as well be. Philip S. Shalom.
What's up,
Thank
buddy?
you. Somebody just drove by in a car screaming.
Help me.
Screaming.
Out the window. So, fun fact on that. That is not the easiest way to get help. You'd honestly be better taking that seatbelt off and jumping out of that car. I mean, if the driver's the hazard, you are already in danger. Screaming help out the car does not change that.
Was that what they were saying?
Yeah.
Help me?
Yeah, she was saying help me.
Really?
And I was trying to look at the car, but I didn't get nothing from it. Yeah.
I didn't even see what color it was.
Didn't either.
Well, that sucks.
See, that's the problem. Get the heck out of the car. If you're already thinking you might die, take your chances on the street. Well, you can run over here and you won't be in danger.
Tuck and roll, right?
Yep, tuck and roll.
She could have just seen someone with a MAGA hat. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, she's probably like, I'm going to bomb this live stream right now.
Any new Sasquatch updates? 0 currently. Yep.
God, there's so many guns in camp. They need to not be roaming there.
Yeah, that's a rough place to be a Sasquatch. Any plans of doing a TCCC training video, my brother? We just moved to a 7-acre ranch in Cali, ordered a couple bear effects, and the wife and I want to practice. Brian Holm, I appreciate you. We have videos here on this channel, how to apply a tourniquet, how to wound pack, how to apply a chest seal. So I would recommend you check those out because they're instructional. They're with instructor Eric. They were done at the first Fayetteville class that we did. So check them out. They're at this channel. You can find them. How to apply a tourniquet, how to pack a wound, and how to apply a chest seal. The issue that I have with trying to train people remotely like this is I can't check your pulse. I don't know if that tourniquet's on tight enough. And 50% of people don't put them on tight enough. I can't actually see the wound cube that you're packing to know that you actually packed the wound correctly. I can't put hands on you.
Is that the same flipping car?
No, there's no way. Was it?
It's a blue Ford Focus. Same car.
Blue Ford Focus. Okay. Will you have extra bear facts tomorrow? Yes, we do have some extras with us, as well as extra tourniquets, extra cat tourniquets, and SWAT tees with us. Dogmans. I've heard of the Dogman. I've not seen one because my Dogman policy is the same as my Sasquatch policy, which is shoot it in the face and then sell it to the CIA for a pallet of cash. So,
Or they'll just show up and take it and tell you thanks.
When are you? No. We will negotiate. Believe me, we know people. When are you coming to Denver to teach a class, Philip S? I don't know, but if you have a group of people there, if you think there's a need there in Denver, let us know. We'll set up a class there. Your med kits look awesome. Thanks, Nebraska Prepper. They are. I appreciate that. Bear IFAX rock. Don't trust the CI. I didn't say I trust them. I just want a pallet of fiat currency before it's worth nothing. So,
I mean,
we
it's
might
still
actually
toilet paper, right? I mean,
we might actually go hunt a Sasquatch at this point. If we could just get a half a bill in hundos, I'm good to go. Like I've just said, just a shrink wrapped pallet of hundreds.
don't forget your tinfoil though, because that's required. I think it attracts them.
The Sasquatch? That's good to know. Do you actually need like a radio antenna sticking out of the tinfoil or not?
It's all about making the point. You got to make sure you get it conical in shape
Like
so that it's like a beacon. It's
like
got to
a
be
cone head?
Yeah, like
Okay.
a cone head.
All right.
And you got to chew on a condom. It really changes everything. I haven't tried that.
You broke Shane. Shane's died. He's like, damn it, why am I stuck at this hotel with these a-holes I just met? What's going on? Can you take right with her? Do you really want to bag one? No, I really want to bag
Flossing
one.
with a
I'm not
condom.
kidding. Flossing with a condom is
Not thin
not
enough,
recommended.
guys. I'm telling you. Trust
Not
me.
recommended.
Believe me,
It
believe me.
depends on who you are, but it's not recommended. Have you considered a pre-class video for attendees to watch before? That's a great idea. I'm gonna make a note right now.
Yep. And then you had another one. Somebody else asked something.
Leaving the city this week after 30 years. Coming out of her, my people. Thanks for the encouragement.
Rock on.
Hidden City Prepper. That is awesome.
Rock
Bless you. Awesome. Good job.
What did it take? What was your
That's a great
what was your
question.
catalyst moment? I feel like it takes something different for all of us. You know?
Yep.
Yep.
Shield is awesome, man. Oklahoma
you.
Survival. I agree.
I appreciate that.
Bear, I love it when my ideas make it to your Palm Pilot. Yes, right here. Version 1.0 Palm Pilot. Anyone seen Israel's new Messiah? Nope, have not.
Hadn't even heard about it.
Almost. Hey, listen, this is addressed in Matthew 24. Be not deceived.
Yeah.
So, Shalom Atlanta. Hey, what's up, A1P? Received mini fact for new driver practice twice so far. Thanks for a great little setup. Thank you, Lady Smith. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. It's super cool that you guys like actually buy our stuff and come to our events.
Yep.
Very, very, very cool. Air Force Power Crash Fire. Great discussion here. Thanks, Mike Roy. Which is more torture, listening to Lil Nas X or Cardi B nonstop for 24 hours? I'm going to go with C. Don't get in a position where anybody makes you do anything, let alone listen to Lil Nas X or Cardi B for 24 hours.
Also, the question for me would come in: are you having to watch it and listen? Gosh, man, what are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it? Can you not make entertainment without what they put in videos anymore?
No, you cannot.
Apparently not. It is sad and depressing. And what's even sadder is they're like millionaires from it. Says a lot about us.
Well, he's got 666 pairs of Nike shoes literally filled with human blood.
Yep.
And he's giving Satan a lap dance.
Yep.
Who does, it kind of, they're blatant about it now. It's not like, well, I think the entertainment industry is run by Satanists. Like, no, he's, grinding on Satan's junk. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The concern that I have about the whole thing is that there were more than just him making that music video.
Yep.
A lot more.
Yep.
You had other cast members of the skit. You had a director. You had a producer. At no point did anybody say this is probably a
He's
bad
gonna
idea.
be extra crispy. Agreed. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep.
Of the dozens, if not hundreds of other people involved, nobody was like, I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe a bad idea.
Even down to the shoes. It's like he didn't go make them shoes. Someone else made them.
Somebody at Nike agreed to that,
Yeah.
right? The smart ones watch Bear. Well, thanks. Meh, I just watched Tom McDonald. I'm a fan of Tom McDonald myself. Oh, how things have changed just since my childhood. Yeah,
See you
I
tomorrow,
agree.
buddy. I see that one. Jonathan APS. Yeah.
Jonathan? Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, Jonathan. I'm not very smart, LOL.
Me either.
Bear Facts are superbly made first aid kits. We're looking forward to taking the training class to learn how to use them. Full Moon, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we did bring some kits for those who want to purchase one at the class. There'll be extras here.
By the way, I can't speak for him, but I can speak for me. That if you guys have feedback afterwards, I would love to hear it, good and bad. I've had people scream at me. I promise I don't mind bad feedback, but I don't think you'll have that. I think our class is really good.
Thank you. I agree.
Yeah, I love feedback though, good or bad. Anything that you'd rather see or more of or whatever.
Also, invariably when we do these things, there's like two groups of people. One is like, sweet, Bear is here. I want to go talk to him. I want to take a photo with him. I want to hang out. And I'm like, awesome. And then there's the other group of people who are like, well, I don't really want to disturb Bear. Please disturb me. Please come say hello. Please, let's hang out.
He's like a teddy bear.
That's why I'm there. That's
Just
why I'm here.
snuggle
So
him.
don't be shy. Don't feel like you're taking up some of my time. That's why I'm here. Like let's hang out.
Come
That's-
to Hawaii, buddy. Come here. It's cheaper. Wow.
Yes, if you want a $9,000 per student Stop
Woo.
the Bleed class, we'll be happy.
My gosh.
You guys really should stop being so cool and talking so much truth. I'm sorry, Abigail. We're just
Suing
my
the
bullshitter's broken.
They rebranded them 666 shoes. Oh man.
Y'all are a breath of fresh air. Do one here in Oklahoma again, please. We got one coming up in Oklahoma City. There's a class coming up there. Where else would you like one, though, Oklahoma Survival? Let me know. Twitch, you're a good brother. Tactically Torah. I
Appreciate
appreciate
that.
your unique perspective and experiences. You translate them well in the instruction.
Thank
Awesome.
you. I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't know that Tactically Torah was going to be at that class that I didn't go to. I was like, son of a...
Was he there? Did I not know that?
Yeah, that's Heath.
Dude, I'm terrible with names.
I'm-
I'm sorry, bro. Thank you so much for being there, though.
2.5 hours for me, that's not bad. Okay. Ever visit Colorado? I have, but not with this company. With other companies, I have.
Potentially, though, someone just a little bit ago
Yup.
was asking about it.
Was the Suez Canal blocking on purpose or pure unadulterated boneheaded move by the driver? I think it was on
Yes.
purpose. The dude
Answer's yes.
drew a balls and penis with the navigation software before he entered the canal. Have you seen the
I have
image?
not seen this.
Dude, if you plot the track, he literally like made a circle,
I love it.
then made like a long shaft, then like made another circle, and then went in a big circle, and then went into the canal.
Oh my gosh.
And then just happened to just turn sideways
Wow.
accidentally.
Tactically Torah, I did not know that you're the one I
Tyrannosaurus,
put pressure
thank
on.
you.
I'm sorry.
Boss borrowed truck. Question why I have trauma adventure kit and 2 firearms. Hashtag Biden. How's that for an answer?
Does anybody else keep losing all their guns? Anybody
I
else?
don't even have any anymore. I
Yeah.
have 0 currently.
Something. We missed 2 really long.
I rented a pontoon boat to go out on the lake with all my guns, and it turns out I had more guns than what the boat was rated for.
Yep.
I lost the guns and the boat,
Had to swim back.
and now I'm being sued by the marina.
And
So
then you had a head injury to where you don't know where it was.
I don't even remember which lake I
Yeah,
was
I remember
on.
this story. Yeah.
It might have been in Missouri. I'm not sure. My attorney will let me know.
Mine was near Norfolk, I think.
I think all of mine are paintball guns at this point. So
It was all CO2 powered. You can't prove they were real.
I'm not even sure this is real. I mean, this could just be a massive delusion
Y'all,
for all
y'all
I know.
don't even get the joke I just made, so let me inform you. We have had this discussion with prosecutors of, well, you don't know that's marijuana on the table of that Facebook photo with $1,000 of cash in front of it that this gang member posted. Okay. Or that you don't know that's a real Glock. Mama Gemma, they aren't posing with a fake one. Gosh. I missed like several comments directed to me, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'm sorry, guys.
I don't have guns. I have wireless handheld peacekeeping devices.
There you go.
There you go. I like that.
Just
I
tell
like
them it's
that.
airsoft. They won't know. Ask Biden.
Just shoot him in the leg, guys. Just shoot him in the leg.
Just go outside and fire that double barrel. 2 blasts.
Knew we should have been testing that CO2 powered boat, right? Cameron Davis, what's up? Shield, are you still in law enforcement?
Negative. I am not.
He's now part of the training cadre at Refuge Training.
I am now fully free.
Fully free.
Put it that way. And you know, it's interesting because I actually mean that. I did not realize how much freedom I was missing. You know, I still don't do a lot on YouTube because I'm focusing on Patreon, so meet us there. But
Likewise.
I was not posting anything for the last year because I was not supposed to. Pretty much. I guess I didn't have free speech.
You had conditional free speech.
Yes. And nobody
Yep.
could officially tell me that either because that's illegal to tell me. But the pressure was there. I was told I was being watched. That's fine.
They charcoaled your pizza, Bear. Well, perfect. That's great.
Or they got lost.
Double tapping Hillbilly. Shalom, brother. I'm so happy to see you, bro. Double tapping Hillbilly is awesome. He is like 99.98% behind the scenes, but that's
That's
a
cool.
good brother right there.
Awesome.
Really good brother.
Security clearance.
Waiting for the replacement. Nice. Okay. Just buy a shotgun and then shoot him in the leg. Have you all seen what shotguns do to people? I mean, honestly, like what does Clint Smith say? Bullets go in, or pistol rounds go into people, rifle rounds go through people, and shotguns will literally pick shit up off of you and throw it against the wall.
So there is such thing as too many punctures to treat.
Donnie O'Keefe, shalom.
Yep, and shotguns have a tendency to put too many punctures.
Yeah. Shield bearer of faith.
Hang on, somebody said something about tyranny up a little bit.
That's a great question. Shield, what do you think most police would do in a real tyrannical government overreach situation?
Let me give you a real world example that I did not make public. When it happened, I did talk about it on Patreon. But this did actually happen just a few months ago while I was still employed. That officers responded, and in Virginia they have a red flag law now, and I had not seen it used in any way. I had not been part of it in any way. I think it's ridiculous. But they responded to a guy that had a gun to his own head and was saying to his wife, "I'll kill myself if you leave." So officers get there, they de-escalate the situation, they do good. They take that gun from that guy. That gun, okay? That is standard procedure. The wife tells him then, as they are putting him in handcuffs, they're going to take him for a mental evaluation to the hospital. He is not going to jail. He's going to the hospital. He's not charged with a crime. He's going for a mental evaluation. And those officers talk to the wife. She says, "There is 10 more guns in that gun safe. I don't want them here. I want you to take them." And they belong to him. So they've said that, she said, "It is his property. I don't want them here. Take them out of here." She then said, "The key for that safe's on the counter right there." The officers go over, and by law, they were required to go take those guns from that residence. For a murder suspect, we do not go in locked containers without a warrant. For murder, guys. This guy was going for a mental evaluation because he was suicidal. And they took those guns. And that was probably one of the last little triggers for me that, screw this, I can't be part of it.
Yep.
I even talked to the guys that were there later because I didn't know what was going on at the time. I wasn't actually on scene. He was telling me about it. I said, "Why the heck did you take those guns? We don't go in locked containers without a warrant, even if someone tells me to." She also told us it didn't belong to her. We don't do that because the law said so. Well, that law violated that man's rights.
Yep.
That's what I think would happen. I think people will fold if they view it as, I don't have anything else I can do. One of the officers that was on scene for that told me when I was leaving to come and work here, "I don't know what else I would do, so I don't know if I could do that." That's what they would do. It's unfortunate, but that's what I believe. I think you'd have some that would be like, "Screw this, I'm out." And then I think you'd have some that say, "Well, this is my career and I only got 4 more years to retire."
Where do you think the sheriff's department stands in all of that? PD versus sheriff's department.
You might have a better shot because sheriffs are elected.
Yep.
you might have a better shot. So that would probably rely more on what the atmosphere around you is, and then it comes down to the really big deal for where you live.
Yep.
What your community is like and who they put in that seat matters.
Yep.
That is a trickle-down effect, whereas I worked for a city police department, it was not the same.
Yep.
You also have the issue, y'all may not know this, sheriffs a lot of the times now, in some counties, they work full-blown police duties, right? But in the city I was working, we had a sheriff's department. They handled the jail. And they also would serve like low-level summonses, not arrest warrants. So they were not to the same caliber of experience as your city cop.
Bear, what common boomstick parts to keep on hand that are lost or wear out first? So, I think if you just get a replacement parts kit for your FR-47 or whatever you got, read between the lines here. If you have a rifle that was designed by Eugene Stoner, they sell parts kits for that. Springs, right? Springs for sure, and a firing pin. And I think springs, at least for me, tend to get lost more than they tend to wear out. So springs, firing pin. You may want another extractor. You may want just a standard SOP is if you're going to go do something that really matters, is take a piece of cloth and oil up a spare bolt carrier group and wrap it up in that piece of cloth and throw it in your rucksack. Most of the problems that you're going to have with that weapons platform designed by Eugene Stoner will be fixed about that quick by pushing the rear pin out, tilting the upper away from the lower, pulling the BCG out, throwing a new one in, closing it back up again, and going back to work. So if you have a hard stoppage on a weapon, right, it's not feeding properly, it's not extracting, you can fix all of that by most of the time by swapping out the bolt carrier group.
Yep. That to me is the number one replacement part, and it's a big part comparatively.
Yep. But even now, it's what, $100?
Yeah.
You know, it's 100, ish, 100, maybe 150 if you want the nitride coated or stuff like that. So I would recommend that. And if you're talking about something that was designed by Kalashnikov, springs, bro. Like because those are the best weapons ever made, and they run forever, and you can fill them full of lead and kitty litter and then set them on fire and pick them up and still fight with them. And I haven't cleaned mine or lubed mine in the last 9,000 rounds. Okay, prove it. So
what I told them they should do
Roger
is they
Stalwart.
should have told that lady that she needs to go sell them herself or get rid of them herself, and that we would make them safe. We would literally make sure there's no bullet in them, and that's all we'd do. That's what I said we should do.
Yep. I agree with that. Pizza's inbound, bro. I'm just letting you know. Shabadabadoo. Leos have no obligation to protect you per SCOTUS. That's correct. To protect you per SCOTUS.
You're right about that.
Yep.
That was I think a piece of case law that went through that we are not obligated to protect anyone, apparently. I
Ice
say we
cream
like I'm
mission
still there.
complete. Amen. Good job, honey. Ice cream mission complete. You can always tell if you're a Sabbath keeper and the sun has gone down because it's like pizza mission, ice cream mission,
Yep.
roller skating, movie time. Yeah. So Biden said the second is absolute. So Mike Farmer, people are still losing their collective crap over this. And I've stated this over and over again, and I will state it again. We do not have a constitutional republic. Do not believe the hype. Do not believe the propaganda. We may have one on paper, but we do not have a constitutional republic anymore because it is not, the law as written is not being observed. It's not being enforced. So it does not matter. So unfortunately, he is correct. It's not an absolute. Can you see what is being done? It's unfortunate, but our founding documents are not actually tried in court as law. They're argued, but they're not tried in court as law. They should be, but they're not. My cup of hopium runneth over.
You know, that whole you don't have duty to protect anybody, that's a dangerous precedent to set. Because that's how you end up with a knee on somebody's neck that causes a year of riots.
There you
kind of
go.
mindset.
Yep.
In my opinion. You
Yep.
know, that's how you get to that mindset.
Nike is suing that Lil Nas guy. Good. Good. I don't care. They can and probably both will burn in hell. So,
Yep. And by the way, I agree. Police get there too late. That's why we're teaching classes. Yep, I agree.
there's a lot to that.
Yep,
What motivates you guys? That's a great question.
rock on.
I love my family and I love my people. And when I say my people, I mean the people in my camp, the people in my tribe, the people on the other side of this phone. I am motivated to make sure that nobody that I know and love will ever go without, and that we don't have to deal with other people enacting their will upon us. And so I want my people to be protected, provided for, and blessed. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning.
And you guys might think that's words for him. It's not. And I
Thank
can't
you.
really, I can't tell you how really. Like, I can't give you exact
Sorry, bro.
things, but it has been apparent in my short time being at Bear Camp that is really what fuels him.
The bear you see is the bear you get.
Yep.
Bless you, Jay Johns.
Yep.
Thank you. Bear lives it, bro. Thank you, Tactically Torah.
And guys, I will tell you, it all funnels from the Father. All
Amen.
of it. And that's
Amen.
where, you know, we've been having these Bible readings. Y'all probably heard us talk about some, but not show. On the morning on the porch with just a bunch of dudes, you know, whoever wants to show up, 4 or 5 of us, something like that. It ain't nothing special. It's nothing pretty. It's nothing magical. It's just genuine. And we're actively striving to come to know each other and our Father in heaven as much as we can.
Yep.
And out of that, everything else flows.
Amen. Amen. And if you read your word, you start to see just how many times the Father makes it clear. Man, if you will just walk in his will, he will make sure you have everything you need. And that's like a huge weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
And so what motivates me, man, you're looking at it. Like,
Somebody asked how you started getting into Torah. That's a good branch from us.
oh man. So I was in a Christian church in North Texas, and long story short, that church imploded because of the egos of men. And I very much so was convicted to start reading my word. And so I started reading my word. And I had read the Bible through 4 times before this. 4 times. But when I read it through, my heart condition wasn't right. I was looking for arguments, not solutions. Good night. Just a Mark 4.
Peace, buddy.
And so I started reading it through with the intention of wanting to really know what the Father was all about. And is Jesus the Messiah?
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%.
One and only.
Amen. And so I'm reading through my word and praying over my word every day. And I started seeing things in there that weren't lining up with what I was taught in my lifetime in the church. And I had this conviction that I couldn't really explain. Start keeping the Sabbath. Okay. Start eating clean. Okay. And those were my first really big ones. My first 2 big ones. And so I did, and I remember telling my wife, because she's like, what is up with you? What are you doing? I said, look, here's the deal. This is something that I'm doing currently because I have a conviction. And I can't explain it, but I'm diligently reading this word. And see, the Father, because I'm a very logical person, he didn't use that for me. He went with my heart first, convicted me there first, and then he backfilled all the logic, the wisdom and understanding that I needed from the word.
Yep.
And the more I walked in his commands, the more it made sense, the deeper I was able to go with him and experience his provision, protection, and blessing. So that's how I started, was a conviction, a And I didn't know at first. I 100% thought I was alone and crazy. And after about 6 months, I realized I became aware that there were many other people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in the United States that are doing this. It's actually referred to as the Great Awakening. So,
For me, guys, I'm a lot newer at this, and then we'll hit that.
yeah.
I'm a lot newer at this. It's a journey, big time. I did a similar thing to what he did, where we're hitting the big two first, and we've been progressing from that, where, Sabbath and eating. Those are the two easiest to do. And, it's funny how we all have these notions as Americans. I tried to explain to my mom, who has been a vegetarian my entire life, that I was going to stop eating pork because I felt like the Lord indicated I should. And it was like I was going to go join a criminal cult. I mean, and I even told her, I said, you don't eat meat at all. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
She didn't see it that way. It's just different,
Yep.
I did legitimately give my life to Jesus in 2012, no doubt. But it is a journey,
Yep. For sure. For sure. Let's hit this question before it goes away. Missouri Survival and Outdoors. You can't take everyone when the time comes. How do we factor Christian charity without screwing ourselves and keeping our family fed? That's a really good question. I think a lot of that is wisdom and discernment. One of the things that we do are what we call refugee buckets. And so that way you know ahead of time what is it that you're willing to part with for charity, so that you're not diminishing your household when the time comes, if the time comes. And so that there's already a demarcation, there's already a line in the sand between what's ours and what are we willing to part with to help other people out.
Yep.
So that's a way that we do it. And then another way is when, what's up, Ashley Storms? And then another way is simply wisdom and discernment. Sometimes the Father puts people in your pathway, puts them in your life where you're like, unequivocally, hey, I know I'm supposed to talk to that person, or I know I'm supposed to help that person, or I'm supposed to do this, and then you go where the Spirit leads. So,
and even beyond that, guys, we, I think, underestimate frequently that God will provide, whether it be people or circumstances or whatever. I'm not saying you will have the capability to serve everybody. What I am saying is,
Hans, bless you.
Your one bucket of beans might go a lot further than you think.
Yeah.
Because the Lord does do miracles.
Yep, for sure. Well, I mean, look at the loaves and the fishes.
Exactly.
Right? And that's what I take from the story of the loaves and the fishes is you look at what you have, you look at the task in front of you, and you give thanks for what you have. And if you simply start with what you have in your hand, you will have more left over when you finish than before you started. That's what I get from it. That's what we've seen with doing Grindstone Ministries. I mean, our first mission was to go to Florida after Hurricane Michael and to help the Reverend Gilbert Abreu feed people there. We had a $3,000 budget to do it, and I had no idea how that was going to happen. So we went and we did it. And for 3 days, I was like, there's no way we're going to feed all these people for $3,000. Get from Oklahoma to Florida, perform the mission, and get back again. And 32 of y'all met me there. 32 of y'all met me there. And we did. And it was incredible. JM, bless you. Thank you. It was incredible. And we performed the scope of the mission for 3 days. And then we left and we came back. And somehow, we still had $3,000 in the budget.
Somehow.
I literally, to this day, I have no idea how that happened. But we still had $3,000 in the budget.
Oh, you have an idea.
I know who it was. It was him. And so when you look at the loaves and the fishes, yes, it's a miracle. It was 100% a miracle. It happened twice that we know of in the Word. It was a miracle. They were miracles. But the lesson for me is, instead of sitting there looking at, well, we've only got 7 loaves and 2 fishes, this ain't going to be enough. Take what you have and give thanks for it, and then start. And in the process of doing, you will get everything you need and more to perform the scope of the work that's been assigned to you. So much so that when you collect the leftovers, there will be more left over after you finish the mission than what you started with.
And my wife
So-
and I just had something similar. She was updating me on our financial situation, and guys, we are not wealthy by any means, but we're very well taken care of, and that's enough. And she was updating me earlier today on where we're at, and it's better than I thought it was. And you know, we've had the opportunity to tithe to various things, and recently Team 5 has been on our heart, and that's been a big thing. And it's just amazing what the Lord's doing. Even though I'm monetarily technically making less than when I was a cop, somehow I'm making more, and that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. Is it state specific? Yes, Eastern Oklahoma for Caleb House. So, man, the chat's going by pretty quick.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Hey.
Shalom from Memphis, Tennessee. Lisa, we drove through there yesterday.
And
I
got
think.
stuck in a crap ton of traffic.
Yeah, on
Thank
the
you.
south side, 55,
Gosh.
headed towards Jackson.
Y'all got this awesome looking Bass Pro Shop, though. It's like a pyramid of awesome.
He was coveting. Earl's daughter, what's up, sister? What is impossible for man is possible with Yah. Man, he is so good. Amen. He's super good. From there's no sorry. Faith is trusting him to provide. Agreed. William, stacked to the rafters. Hey, what's up?
That trust is the big thing, by the way. Somebody was saying to trust in God. That's a big one, guys. And there are different levels of trust, and that's something I've recently come to know. When I was willing to live up to the tattoos that I have.
Yep. You should tell him about your shirt when you get done with this. Shameless plug for his shirt, and I see
we'll
Fo
hit
coming
that.
right
We'll
here.
hit that in
So
a minute. When I was in the last couple months, when he was talking to me about coming and doing this, and I was tossing that idea around, it really hit me when I have "Here I Am" on one arm and "Send Me" on the other. It's Isaiah 6:8, or at least part of it. How seriously did I take that? And I really meant it when I got it tattooed. And so I gave it some serious thought, and I was like, why wouldn't I go wherever? And now my wife and myself, we're both in the same mindset with our kids that are being drug along, that we will go anywhere because we trust that much.
yep.
And the t-shirt, briefly, I literally have for your purchasing pleasure. And then on the back, oh God.
Oh,
Whoop.
whoa. Don't fall over.
Don't fall.
There you go.
Awesome.
Isaiah 6:8. So, super cool.
And that I think is going to be on. Where's your wife putting that?
I think it'll go in the Bear Independent store.
I think so.
I think so. Don't. Would you guys pick up one of those shirts? You think it's cool? I think it's cool.
Shoot, I got the tattoos and I think it's cool.
I'm gonna get one. Shane approves. This shirt is Shane approved.
Yep.
Where can I purchase it? They don't exist yet, but
Yeah,
they
this
will.
is the only right
They
now.
will be in the Bear Independent store.
Yep.
So, well, our pizza's here, so we're gonna sign off. We will see many of y'all tomorrow,
Looking forward to it.
and we'll see many of y'all soon after that. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate y'all, Bear Nation.
Have a good
Shalom.
night, guys.